everybody. I wanted to review episode 7 of Sonic Highways. This one took place in Seattle, and last week's one in New Orleans was probably my favorite, and I was really looking forward to Seattle. I'm a big fan of the grunge scene and all the great punk rock bands that came out of Seattle, and this one definitely talks about a lot of stuff about Seattle I didn't know. They talk about Heart, they talk about the older bands, they talk about the punk movement, and of course they talk about grunge. And then they also talk about some of the newer artists from Seattle, like Macklemore is interviewed for this one as well. And Dave does talk a little bit about those days after Nirvana ended and how he came up with doing the first Foo Fighters album, which he basically wrote by himself and wrote every part and even played every part on the album. And it was quite interesting. But the thing I really noticed is that even for an hour, it just wasn't enough to cover everything I wanted to know about Seattle. Everything was sort of just glossed over, and even the stuff that when Dave was talking about, moving on in his career and starting Foo Fighters, they only spent a very short period of time on that. I felt like maybe for Seattle they should have made it 2 hours, because Seattle and even Washington D.C. hold a special place in Dave's heart. They could have covered so much more stuff. It was still an interesting episode, but I just feel like they didn't cover or go in depth as much as I wanted to. And it also represents probably the worst song off the album, in my opinion. I thought Subterranean was just a subpar song, and it wasn't that good. It was definitely different from a lot of the other songs off the album. It's sort of like got a Pink Floyd kind of feel to it. And Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie is also sings some harmonies on the song. But for me, the Seattle episode was good, but it's still my favorite one is New Orleans to this date. And then stay tuned next week when I review the last episode, which will be New York City, which has probably one of the more, I guess, controversial songs off the album, I'm a River, which some people seem to love and some people really seem to hate on the album. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.